get the rest of this accomplished. This is 80.5 inches tall, and the usable width is 17 inches. And what I'm going to do is set up these 3 tiles. And the first tile is here to here. And I've marked a line on the outside edge from here all the way down here. The second tile is going to be right here. And I'll put the dimensions on the side panel. So when you start, your start point's going to be here. And the tile is going to have a 1/2 inch overlay, meaning it's going to cut a 1/2 inch beyond the first mark. It's so that the transition will be smooth. When you go to this next, we'll call it this one. This would complete your first tile. And so what you would do is, this is your mark for the end of the first tile, but it's also the start point for your second tile. So you're going to move this whole project from here down to here. That'll be your start point. Your start point is always in your lower left-hand corner, unless you've done the setup differently. And the set point's going to be the same for each tile. The second tile is here. It also has a 1/2 inch overlay. And to cut this tile, you will have to move this all the way down to this point. So it means your project's going to be hanging out over. So get it on a sawhorse or something, or get it fastened so that it doesn't jiggle or get loose, or however you want to do it.
We can see this line. There's the point that I've drawn. So that's the end of a tile. There's another one I've drawn. That's the end of the first tile. This would be the start point of the first tile. This is the finish of the first tile. It's the start point of the second tile. So you'll have to move the project down. You have to, and each time you move this, you're going to have to line it back up again. And it's very critical. Okay, there's your third tile. Tile number 3, start point. Tile number 3, finish. Okay, we're all lined up here. You can see where I've drawn that line. And I'm on the line. And we're going to, I'm going to home the device here. Okay, that's our start point. And let me change my mode here. So we just do a step. We don't want to bang into anything. Okay. And now we'll go back to the continuous motion. And we'll go down to our 30-inch mark. Following that line, there's our 30-inch mark right there. That's the end of our first tile. And I think you can see that good enough. And this is how you want to align your project. And when you align the second tile, the position where it is now is the 30-inch. That's going to move down to here, down to your start point. Your start point is in that corner for the first one, and when you move it down there, your start point's still going to be here, but it's going to be on the 30-inch mark. And when you do that, you have to realign. That's what that line is for. Realign it so that it continues to follow that line from start to finish, so that both of the tiles line up with each other. So we'll just do a little movement here, and okay, that's about the limit of my machine, and that's while we're cutting 2 tiles. Well, there we go with that. Okay, here we are in Aspire 11.503, and that's the current version of Aspire, but this will work in other versions, probably all the way back to 8 or 9. So there's really nothing really new that's used. So anyway, it's this is a job setup. It's single-sided. The width is 17.75 inches. The height is 80.0 inches. The thickness is 2.25 inches. The 0 position is at the material surface. The XY datum, lower left-hand corner. We're not using the scale, and the model resolution is very high. The material settings, this is actually, I set it for Canadian maple, just because the color will be, this will be in cypress, and maybe the color is similar to cypress. Okay, here is our the size of our wood, and I have it set vertical because we're going to do a tiling. There'll be 3 tiles, and this is a video for tiling. And to take advantage of as much wood as we can, I've measured the wood and the usable area. We're going to draw an ellipse. The ellipse is going to be 16 inches wide and 78 inches tall, and we'll do a create. We'll close this. We'll select this. We'll go over here to transform objects. We want this for the alignment. We're going to choose this type of alignment here. And it places it into our project. And there we are. Now this is going to be, this is all about tiling. So I'm not going to create the dish, which I've already done. I will cover that in another video, and I have actually done a previous video, not of this particular scene, but it explains how to make the dish. But I'll do a follow-up with that. But I noticed that people are searching for tiling, so I thought I would do a video just on the tiling. So here's my project. This is going to be so that it cuts a ½ inch beyond the 2691 so that they'll match up perfectly. Okay, ours are all the same size, so we're not going to choose machine the smallest first. We are going to update the tiles just in case. Okay, we're going to move this out of the way. Okay. See, it's displayed T1, T2, T3, and I'm looking at T1 right now. If I want to do that, change it to 2, we can change it to 2, and there's 2 that shows up in a color, and there's 3, it moves to 3. Okay, we're going to go back to 1 and draw the toolpath in the original position for visualization. We are there. It's displaying the first T1, the first toolpath. So if we go over here and we change this to 2, and we come back here and we go check this, preview all toolpaths. Okay, there's number 2. Look over here. We'll change this to 3. Come over. Click on those. Preview all toolpaths. Okay, so that's completed. Now, when you start this project, of course you have to have this in the vertical position because your machine is only this wide. So this has to go start corner right here. This is where your router bit would be. You're using a ball nose or whatever. This is where you would start. And this is where it's going to finish, this one right here. But when you go to T2, this point needs to be down here. So you have to slide this project down to here, because that's your start point again. The whole project needs to come down. So it's going to be, this is the end of your machine. It's going to be hanging over. So anticipate that. And I use a sawhorse to keep it, from bowing or tipping, or, because when you get to tile 3, you're going to have quite a bit hanging over. Okay, so this is your start point for T2, and then it's going to cut up to there, and then you're going to go to T3. T3 is going to come all the way down here. This corner here is going to come right here, and that's when you're going to start your machine, and it will cut the it'll cut T3 the same as T2 and T1. It will cut all toolpaths. So each one will be complete, the roughing and the finish, and then you move to the next section. T2, roughing, finish. T3, roughing, finish. So I hope that clears that up. And what I'll actually do is I will show you, I'll put a video addition showing you how I set this up on the actual piece of wood, because you need to have a start point for each section, and I'll show you how I do mine. Okay, well, thanks for watching this, and leave a comment if you want, subscribe if you think you want to, and a lot of times I subscribe to different people that I don't necessarily follow them, but I like maybe the particular video they did, and it's a way to get back to it, without going through my history, so usually I can find it, get back, aspire